question I often hear is, what does translation rate include? This is very interesting. This is Marek of ATL. Let me tell you about everything concerning translation rates. Let's get it on. The first thing we need to discuss is who you work with actually. Because you may want to work with a freelancer, and the freelancers are full-time, part-time, and you might want to work with a translation company, a translation agency. Depending on the type of partner you work with, the translation rate will cover different scopes. So what translation rate consists of and what translation rate contains? Ever heard of good, cheap and fast and that you may have just two of them at a time? Well, yes. If there's a high translation rate, the good chances are that it covers everything. The low translation rate, like for example in the case of freelancers, it contains only translation, nothing else. So you need to be aware who are you starting your relationship with. What's interesting nowadays is that translation agencies start to diversify the rates depending on the expected output quality. It's especially true with machine translation post-editing. So, when scanning the rates, when analyzing the rates you receive from your potential providers, pay attention to that aspect. Now it's time to answer the main topic of today. What do translation rates include? If you go to a translation agency, it's not only translation you buy all the added value services. You buy all the services that take the burden off your shoulders, so you can focus on your work instead of doing things you don't know in-house. These things are, for example, project management, vendor management, even account management, so that you get a guy in the translation agency that leads you through all the ins and outs of the process. This is very important to know because, for example, the rate from a freelancer doesn't contain any of that. What else is there in the rate that you receive from a translation agency apart from added value services I've mentioned before? It's, for example, technology, a big part of translation agency work. It's integrations with your systems, with your backend. It's the people, professionals, that if you wanted to implement it in-house in your company and start from scratch would probably cost you hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. So ask yourself these questions. Why my clients are coming to me? The main reasons are know-how, resources, knowledge, everything they don't have, so they come to you. And your rate consists of all of that they don't have but you do. Why do they come to you? Because it's cheaper this way. It's faster this way. The same holds for translation agencies and why you come to them. And this is the reason why the translation rate of a translation agency is on, for example, this level, and the rate of a freelancer is on slightly lower level. But the freelancer's rate contains only translation. Translation agency's rate contains translation plus something else. And this something else is very important because it's added value that makes you roll. So this is a blueprint of what translation rates include. If you want to know more, visit our website. Thank you.